That was so funny when it was doing that when Kevin was trying to talk.
And he fucking just like ignored it.
He just ignored it and kept going, and we're fucking dying over here.
I need to get rid of this one. I don't know why it doesn't stop.
Welcome everyone to another episode of Mod Squad Movie Talk Monday. I'm your host Harley, as always joined by the wonderful Scooter.
Neat, neat.
So,
And this week we have the Nerd Tender joining us.
Yeah, you do.
Okay. We're going to start our episode off with our sponsor this week, Skullectomy by Jolt 7 Studios. Guys, go check her out. We've got some pretty awesome skulls. We went to con this last week, and I got her skull signed by Elvira herself.
that's what's
so bitchin'.
This is a Skullectomy skull right here.
Yep, this is a Skullectomy skull.
How was Elvira? Was she the coolest or what?
She was okay. Yeah.
And then the fact that she knew who Lisa was made the whole thing even better.
That's awesome.
Okay, let's show you guys a couple more skulls from her. We have the Hello Kitty skull I'm showing this week. And I've got her Nightmare Before Christmas skulls.
Nice. Jack and Sally.
That's what's up.
Okay. We'll move on to our first trailer.
The past 7 years traveling the world perfecting my craft. You see, I'm something of a magician, inventor, and chocolate maker. So quiet up and listen down. Nope, scratch that. Reverse it.
Mr. Wonka, I can see you're a man of great ingenuity.
What are you doing?
I'm making chocolate, of course. How do you like it? Dark, white, nutty, absolutely insane.
Many people have come here to sell chocolate. They've all been crushed by the chocolate cartel. You can't get a shop without selling chocolate, and you can't sell chocolate without a shop.
No daydreaming.
It does seem a little kooky, but not as much as the original.
Huh.
But it fits.
Huh.
A double hump.
Do you have a pencil and paper?
Uh-huh.
I got an idea. I know things haven't been easy for you. They're gonna get better.
You promise?
Have you guys seen Paddington?
Promise. That's the most solemn vow there is.
Where do we start?
A good chocolate chip is simple.
Where is this?
Was that Mr. Bean?
What's happening? Ooh, what's a chocolate that makes you fly?
Let's find out, shall we?
Who's for a hover job? Nothing to see here. Just a small group of people defying the laws of gravity.
I'm not gonna lie, when I heard about this, I was like, whatever.
The Gallery Gourmet.
But it looks
My name
okay. I mean,
He's good.
something I'd want to watch in the theater.
Pretty sure I've gained about 150 pounds in the last 2 weeks.
You could change her life, Mr. Walker. Change all their lives.
Run away!
It is Bean.
Every good thing in this world started with a dream. So you
Pay
hold
very
on to
close
yours.
attention at the end.
Here we go, Mama.
Mark my words. This is gonna be the greatest chocolate shop the world has ever seen.
That's what's up.
So you're the funny little man who's been following me.
I will have you know that I am a perfectly respectable.
Number what now?
Allow me to refresh your memory.
Oh, I don't think I
That's what's up. I wonder if they're all him.
Now. Once we've started, we can't stop.
Hugh Grant as an Oompa Loompa. I hope they don't make all the Oompa Loompas look the same like they did in the last one. I freaking hated that.
Really, you didn't? You were feeling it?
Oh, I hated that. I hated it so much.
I thought it was decent. I don't know.
I
If they're all him, I think I could deal with it.
I guess maybe if they're all Hugh Grant, but I did not like the last one. But that actually looks pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, like I said, when I first heard of it, I was like, "What? Nah, like whatever." But
Yeah.
it does like get my attention. Harley,
I loved the books when I was a kid, so that's fun. I'll definitely watch that.
I'm excited for it because it gives the before to show what led up to where he got the factory and everything. Like
And so, is it canon though? Do you either of you know to Hackman, Gene Wilder's Willy Wonka?
I don't know.
Don't know.
Like, and a fit could be like, you know, like it looked like it definitely had those fantastical elements.
Where
and,
they
like,
were flying and stuff. Yeah.
You know, I don't know, like, because the original is more like a musical, and I didn't really see a whole lot of musical in that one. So yeah, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
Moving on to coming soon. On July 20th, we have The Evil of Dracula. It's a horror movie with Miles John Dalton. On July 21st, we have the Barbie movie with Margaret Robbie. Oppenheimer with, I cannot pronounce that name. Cillian Murphy.
Cillian Murphy.
Yeah.
We have Cobweb, which is a horror movie.
Yeah.
We have Mother
That's what
May
she
I,
said.
which is also a horror movie. And on July 22nd, we have He Killed in Ecstasy with Ellen Wing. Okay, what movies are you guys looking forward to?
Definitely Oppenheimer, man.
Barbie.
That movie.
Oppenheimer for sure.
I'm the oddball. I'm taking my daughter to see the Barbie movie.
That's what's up too.
I will probably see both because I really want to see Oppenheimer, and honestly, Ryan Gosling is the only reason I want to see the Barbie movie. He looks so freaking good in that.
He has like a solo song that he does in the movie.
Yeah.
That's like his song.
I can't wait to see him do like some real comedy. Like I'm intrigued. So that's what I want to see.
I'm going for Margot Robbie, but
well, yeah, I mean, sure.
All right.
No, it's no Wolf of Wall Street, so we're not going to be getting any of the goods.
Okay, let's move on to our deleted scene.
There has to be something. The only chance we've got is if Donovan can somehow convince his train wreck of a sister hell ain't so bad.
There he is. Matt!
Yes, Sheriff Donovan. Activate the evacuation protocols. Gas leak. Yeah, again.
I mean, these people look familiar.
It's from Vampire Diaries. It's
Vampire
towards
Diaries.
the end where they're about to evacuate everybody because the vampires were taken over.
So they're not vampires?
No, they are.
They are. I think I watched
three of them are.
The first like 2 seasons of this.
How many seasons is this?
Years ago.
It's like 14.
Oh, jeez.
Damn.
I bet this isn't how you're expecting to spend our wedding night.
Is this like the last season, in the middle, in the beginning, Harley?
This is the very end.
And I love you, Mrs. Forbes.
We didn't even talk about that.
Come on, I know who I married.
Stefan, today!
I'll see you soon.
She's die. Does she die?
No, she doesn't die. He does.
I kind of caught that. You did that all very good. That's what's up. You guys watching are like, what are you guys talking about? But yeah, I mean, what do you think, Harley? You're the only one that saw that. Is it something they should have kept in or not?
They should have kept it in there because the way they did it, you didn't know Carolyn and Stefan got married like that, and that they had to separate the way they did.
All right, then. Let me get the other one ready.
Cool beans.
From comicbook.com, Deadpool 3 Marvel shares Hugh Jackman's Wolverine costume in Hugh Russ. I have that picture for you guys to see.
Yes. It
That's
looks
what's up.
so freaking good.
Somebody did this up, and I hope they go this route. But
Yeah,
that's the
I
one
think.
thing that the sleeves, he's not doing the sleeves. I would hope they would have,
Do you know why he's not
because he
sleeveless?
didn't. No, I don't. Is it because he's not wanting to work out like he normally
No,
does?
no. I actually read an article about this. They asked why, and apparently because he is extremely prone to skin cancer. He had skin cancer, and he had like a bunch of skin cancer removed in the past. And because of where they're shooting, um, the UV index is really really high there, and to actually keep him safe from getting skin cancer, they gave him sleeves.
That's what's up. That's one thing I didn't even
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
That's
true
awesome.
story.
A little more on the storyline. I seen this, and do you think they're doing Deadpool kills? Because before it was Deadpool kills Marvel
The Marvel
universe.
universe, yeah.
Do you think
Deadpool
it'll be
kills the Fox universe.
Yes, and that explains
I hope so.
how we got the mutants.
Yeah, I hope so. And I think that's so. I've also heard, it's just rumor, but I also heard that this movie is going to have a lot bigger implications for the MCU than a lot of people think. So I
Yeah, they
think,
think
yeah,
it's just like a whatever Deadpool fart movie, and
no,
it's going to
it's
be a good
not.
one.
Like it's going to have a big impact on the rest of the MCU. So yeah, I hope we see some awesome multiverse, Fox Studios cameos. I think we're going to see a lot of really really awesome
Yeah,
shit in this movie.
this movie, I'm saying it now, 7/15 of 2023 is going to make $1 billion. Saying it right now.
Yeah, I think this. I mean, this is good. This is going to be a huge moneymaker for Marvel. I hope this is a turning point too. I know,
The
a
dip
lot of
in
people.
quality is down. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, and I know, Disney CEO Bob Iger. He's been talking about how too much, quantity over quality, basically, and I think he's right about that. So,
well, speaking about that,
From IGN,
yep.
volume of Marvel shows diluted focus on attention of fans, says Disney CEO Bob Iger.
I think when he left, Bob Chapek came in and just effed everything up. I
Yeah,
think he threw out too many shows, and it
yeah,
was quantity over quality. He just
yeah.
wanted all those shows out, and I know him and Kevin Feige didn't like each other, which is one of the reasons why they got rid of him
Right.
and brought back Bob Iger.
Out of that, we are going to be losing some of the like special presentations that they've done on Disney Plus, like Werewolf by Night and Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. And I friggin' loved Werewolf by Night. I was
That
hoping we
was,
would
yeah.
get more standalone, special presentations like that. But it sounds like they're going to be cutting back on that kind of stuff, which is kind of a bummer. But if by doing that, that means we get better quality, full feature movies, then I'll take it.
Yeah, because they did
Well,
release two Pixar movies within the same time frame during
Yeah.
COVID, because they were all just like, all of them were coming out back to back to back right then and there.
Yeah.
and speaking of Disney and money,
Comicbook.com. Disney open to selling ABC, FX, and more networks, but not ESPN or Hulu.
That's
check it
wild.
out. They're willing to sell ABC, which they've had forever. FX,
Yeah.
National Geographic, the Freeform channel. They do want to keep ESPN and Hulu, but did you hear about the cuts they did to ESPN? They cut Jeff Van Gundy, Jalen Rose, Matt Hasselbeck, Steve Young, Max Kellerman. They just wrote them all off. I mean, Stephen A. Smith, I think, is the only one that I know that actually kept his job. They got rid of everyone, and they're trying to make that money back that they lost basically for under Bob Chapek. So
Yeah.
they're laying off people, but I hope the quality,
Yeah.
as we were saying in the past story, comes back. And I think, like you said with Deadpool, that'll go ahead and start happening.
Man, Stephen A. Smith, that's one dude I wouldn't mind them getting rid of. I hate that guy.
I like that guy, man.
He's so freaking annoying. He's so annoying.
Well,
He recently.
it
Go
said
ahead.
they lost $5.5 billion. And so
Yeah.
they're going to have to slash production budgets, company-wide layoffs, and
See,
much
and
more to
that's
come.
and that's crazy, especially considering like what's going on right now with the strikes. The writer
Yeah.
strike and the SAG strike. So I'm curious, like because they're planning on cutting people and cutting so much budget and stuff. I'm curious how willing they're going to be to work with the unions to fix the strike issue, because if they're willing to fire all these people and try and cut budgets and save money, who's to say that this strike isn't going to last for quite a while? That's kind of concerning to
That's
me. I
yeah.
I and I know we're going to talk about the strike probably a little more in another segment, but man, I think
And
there's a lot
they
of shit.
own 80% of ESPN. And
Yeah.
they're talking by the end of the year, Disney and Hulu to doing a complete merger to just one streaming service.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna like that because I do think the boys have we do get both, so that'll save us. Like with Max and
Yeah.
because we did have both
Discovery.
of those as well in Discovery,
Yeah.
yeah. But
As
you know
long
what?
as combining them isn't going to turn the app into a complete cluster, because the Hulu app itself isn't great.
Yeah,
And
I've heard that.
I'm not a huge fan of the layout and how you navigate it and everything. I've never been a huge fan. I love Hulu though. But I mean that's a lot of stuff to put into one friggin' app.
Like
Yeah,
my
I
only
agree.
concern with that is because right now I get the add-on for the Disney Plus with the Hulu, and
Yeah.
it's already expensive as it is. So when
Yeah.
they combine them, are they going to raise our prices even more? Because I already pay for the add-on just for the add-on to have it.
I mean, yeah,
You're just gonna
probably.
be paying a little bit more. I think you'll save though in the long run.
From comicbook.com, Superman Legacy cast 3 DC heroes from James Gunn reboot. Also from comicbook.com, James Gunn on adding Anthony Caring's
Metamorpho
to Superman Legacy.
It's a Metamorpho. Yes.
What can you tell us about these characters, Kevin?
All right. Metamorpho, I do not have a big following on. I'm not really caught up on Metamorpho. I do know he is a superhero. He's been part of the Justice League on a few incarnates of the Justice League, but he's not one of those characters I'm really caught up on. He's more of a third tier character who just who shows up at times that I'm not too caught up on who he is. But Hawkgirl. Hawkgirl, and I would assume Hawkman is coming as well because they kind of go together. Hawkman and
Yeah.
Hawkgirl travel through time. They have endless lives. They die and they get reincarnated, and they're always brought together at some point. I'm excited for Hawkgirl. Hawkgirl has some sass to her.
He was hot
In
too.
most of the
The
comics,
actress that
Brandon.
she's hot.
But yeah, I'm excited for this. Hawkgirl has like this, one of her main things that she carries is like this big old sphere scepter with spikes on it. I'm excited to hopefully see that coming into the movie. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see a good Hawkgirl. And the
Mr.
third character,
Mr.
go ahead.
Terrific.
Oh,
Guy
Mr.
Gardner.
Terrific. No. Let's do Guy Gardner last because Mr. Terrific, he's a technical genius. He basically works with electronics and stuff like that. He is a genius. His IQ is super high. And Mr. Terrific, his mask is a T across his face, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
we get a version of him in. We've seen a version of Mr. Terrific in the Arrowverse, so I'm curious to see what this version in the movies look like. So but he's a technical wizard. His IQ is super high. He's not a huge fighter per se. He uses his mechanics to really do a lot of stuff for him. But Guy Gardner, that's the main character I really want to talk about, because Guy Gardner, he's basically me as a Green Lantern. He does what he wants. He's an a-hole. He is all about himself a lot of times, but he's one of those guys who can be abrasive. And I am super into this as a Green Lantern. Like, you don't see a lot of Guy Gardner. You see John Stewart or Hal Jordan. You don't get Guy Gardner. And if by chance they bring in Kyle Rayner, I think is how it's pronounced, for a Green Lantern, oh, that would make it even better, because it's like oil and water on those two guys. So
they bicker a lot.
Here for this. Yeah. Two different personalities for sure. But yeah, and I think it's Nathan Fillion who's going to be.
That's what I was just going to say.
Lantern.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. I don't know how well he may be pulling this off, but I hope so, because Guy Gardner's the best Green Lantern.
He's gonna do it. I love Nathan Fillion. I mean, he's a James Gunn staple. You know, he's in everything James Gunn does. So I'm stoked. I cannot wait for that.
I hear they're gonna give him the bowl haircut that he has in the comics. You know, going down the list too, again, Anthony Kerrigan, I think is his Metamorpho, like we were talking in prep. He was awesome in Barry, and he was Victor Zsasz in Gotham.
He was a great Zsasz.
The guy that plays Mr. Terrific is the first mutant that dies in X-Men, the First Class. The guy that turns into a rock, and then Kevin Bacon makes him explode. He's going to be Mr. Terrific. Hot Girl was Dora the Explorer. She was in Transformers. She's an up-and-coming star. So, like Kevin said, out of all of them, I really want to see what they do with her. Like you were saying in prep, James Gunn gets these other characters that you never heard of and makes them a household name.
He really thinks outside the box. That's cool.
And Nathan Fillion, everyone knows him from Firefly, Serenity. He's even in the other Suicide Squad movie. Me personally, I always go to this. 80s, 90s, 2000 soap fan. Let's talk soaps. You want to talk soaps? I can even make a soap show. He played Joey Buchanan, the youngest son of the main family, the Buchanans. I think it was Clint Buchanan and Vicky Buchanan. And I remember the major storyline is he was a kid, like a teenager, and he was in a relationship with Dorian Lord, and she was like 50. And that was like a storyline for a while, that they were with each other and they were hiding it and this and that. I vaguely remember that, but that was when Joey Buchanan, that was when Nathan Fillion was playing him. So there's that. I got to throw that down.
He was also in another James Gunn movie, Slither. Horror / sci-fi movie, you know, like 10, 15 years ago. Small town taken over by alien slugs. Super awesome movie. If you haven't watched it, go do it right now.
Any like on a TV show called The Rookie or something like that?
Yeah, The Rookie.
Yes.
Yep, he's in The Rookie. And he was in Guardians of the Galaxy. He was actually in like all of them. He had little roles.
Yeah, as different.
His biggest role was in the last one. He played one of the like security guard guys on that planet that they snuck into.
Very cool.
From entertainment, Pedro Pascal just got his first 3 Emmy nominations all at once.
This guy
check
is
it out.
So hot right now.
Yes, he is.
He completely deserved them.
Yeah.
The Last of Us lead actor, the SNL skit for guest role actor, and then he did a narration. I've never heard about it, but something in the life at the end of the earth, and I guess he did really good the narration. So I think Morgan Freeman's gonna have a run for his money because Pedro Pascal's coming in.
Yeah,
it's said that he was the first Saturday Night Live actor who did a skit to get nominated.
Check it out, Brandon. I know we talked about it in another show, but have you had a chance to check out the Mario skit he did?
Yeah, I have. It's
What'd you
freaking
think?
awesome. Yeah, no, so good. And I used to love Saturday Night Live. It was, in the 90s, 80s, 90s, even early 2000s. SNL was amazing. I used to love it. And it hasn't been good in a really, really long time. I have
Yeah.
not enjoyed. I quit watching it a long time ago. It just was not funny anymore
They
at
used to
all.
have more skits than what they do
And
now.
I don't know if it was just the writing or the crew, the cast on it. It just has not been good. But that Pedro Pascal Mario skit was so good. Yeah, I watched it multiple times. It's freaking hilarious.
From the Hollywood Reporter, SAG calls history-making strike as talk with studio collapses.
Dude, this is nuts, man. First of all,
Yeah.
they planned it for Oppenheimer, the movie. They planned it just so all those high class actors, high paid actors can walk out, just to help the actors that are out there that nobody knows their names, that are working
Right.
5 jobs just to
Right.
keep the roof over their head.
Yeah.
They're talking about, this is what the studios want. They want, like, say Harley's an actress. They come in as a background person walking around. They want to scan her, use her likeness. She leaves after the one day, one day job, and they're going to have her likeness for the rest of time. So she could be a background person walking around for a million movies, and they'll never pay her again. They're only going to pay for the one day. That's kind of what's going on with the writers too in their strike. We talked a lot of it has to do with AI, and obviously that is AI. So again, the Oppenheimer thing happened, and then the nanny,
Fran Drescher.
she did an awesome speech. I know she's been criticized lately because she's like the head of the SAG, and she just did a speech. I don't know if we have it here, but hopefully they get what they want, man. David Zaslav, made like 300,000 last year. Maybe make 380,000 and help them out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says the work stoppage will impact over 160,000 union members.
Yeah. And
And they don't have a choice.
Right. And the studio's saying that they're just willing to wait them out until they're freaking broke, until these people are, lose all their money. Like, that's what they're willing to do. That's such a shitty thing to say, like, oh, well, we're just going to let you go on strike until you can't afford not to anymore.
Actually, yes, someone did come out and say that's what that they're going to let wait it out. So
that's absolutely what they're going to do, and it's complete bullshit. Yeah, and I saw this is the first time that the writers and actors have been on strike at the same time in like 60 years. So this is going to have a really big impact on the entertainment industry. And I hope that, the studios aren't complete cocksuckers and try and work with the unions, because, I've seen a lot of people talk about it. Last time, the writer's strike happened, 15 years ago? That's when we saw a rise in reality TV. And I'm terrified to find out what we might end up with after this strike, especially with the writers and the actors being on strike at the same time.
Yeah, that last writer strike was like 100 days long.
Yeah.
We're at like 75 days right now.
Has it been that long, really?
Yeah, with the writers and the SAG.
Wow.
SAG just did it, yes, but
it's
combined.
Yeah.
But the directors did up their contract for 3 years though, so their part is done, and that happened like maybe 2-3 weeks ago too, recently.
Yeah.
But they were able to get what they wanted. So hopefully SAG and the WGA hang on, and they can. It's bullshit that they can pull through.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think it's a good thing, especially with all these big names being on board with it and willing to,
because they were nobodies. They started somewhere, and they're the Brad Pitts and so on. They were nobodies, and they know how it is to work to get to where they're at now. That's why this has nothing to do with them. They're fine. They got the means to live, but it's the actors that no one knows about is who they're fighting for.
It was pretty awesome watching the actors that were actually out there on the picket line with the non-known ones that actually were well-known actors too.
Yeah.
Well, if I have the link, I'll put it up right now. But if you guys can donate anything, even pizzas for the people out in water, out in the picket lines and stuff, I'll put a link up right here. Just go there, and I'll try to throw it in the descriptions. If you guys have, want to help them out in any way, let them know the Mod Squad sent you.
Okay, let's move on to our last trailer for the evening.
Love Red Band trailers.
This
Same
one
here.
is for you, Brandon.
Actually, we got this from you.
I haven't seen my daughter, and now her daughter
Yes.
shows up at my front doorstep with not a word.
I think my parents are in some kind of trouble.
Oh, Ashley's in trouble. What is it this time?
Get on that.
There's something about this
hard drive.
Nick Cage, man. I almost love everything he does.
Ron Perlman.
Welcome to the island. I'm losing my patience. No!
Boom! Kills him. I just got out of here with my life.
Did you shoot?
Ron Perlman honestly looks a little older. I've never.
They will not stop until we are all dead.
Come on, Ashley. Ashley, don't make it.
So good.
Who are you?
The old guy, he keeps killing everybody.
Ernie Hudson.
My dad's an assassin, isn't he?
Yeah, your dad's totally an assassin.
Here, have some more syrup, sweetheart.
I love it. So much fun.
That whole that kind of reminds me of the on the Rock. On the Rock, when the guy's dead and twitching, he's like, "You see people dead." He's like, "What?
Yeah.
Do they do that?" And the dude's all twitching. It just reminded me of that.
Yeah, the twitching thing. I love
Nick Cage, and I'm good to
one of
watch
my
this.
favorite people.
Same here.
Yeah. I cannot wait to watch that one.
Remember, guys, we do have t-shirts. This is 6 that we have all the time.
Nice. Black on black on black.
And this is our shirt of the month. If
I
you want
have
to
that
order
one
it,
too.
go ahead and scan that barcode right there. Other side.
Do it.
Other way.
Okay, that is it for this episode of Mod Squad Movie Talk Monday. For myself, Felix, the Nerd Tender, and the entire Mod Squad, see you next time.
See ya.